Hey, what's the story? Yours truly, Philbo here, and welcome back to Philbo Reviews. Hope you're keeping well. Thanks a million for stopping by. Really and truly, it's always a pleasure, never a chore. Anyone new to the channel? Thanks for clicking on the video. I really appreciate you giving Philbo's an L college try. I hope you like what you see in here. Movie talk, heavy metal gigs, album reviews, Philbo's joke corner. There's a little bit of something for everyone here at Philbo. So think about liking and subscribing. Think about hitting the hype button. Get it out in the algorithm. Get more people on the heavy metal movie train, so to speak. But let's get down to business. This is another episode 2 of Philbo's Favourites. And as you can imagine from the name, it is me doing a deep dive after rewatching one of my favourite films. In this case, it is Paddyconsidine's Tyrannosaur from 2011. Now, this is a very personal film for Paddy Considine. It's semi-autobiographical of his father. And he does something very difficult at the start of the film. He wants you, me, the audience, to relate to and root for a man who kicks his dog to death in the first 3 minutes of the film. Think about that for a second. This film stars the incredible Petermullan as Joseph. Just simply Joseph. We also have Oliviacoleman, the Academy Award winning actress, Oliviacoleman, as Hannah, in one of her most incredible roles. It is an absolute sin against the industry that she has not received more praise and more credit for her role in Tyrannosaur. It is beyond believable. It is beyond real. It is stone cold stunning. I mean, it breaks my heart even thinking back to some of the scenes that I've just watched. It's so real and so true. Incredible. Oliviacoleman is one of, if not the best working actress today. Truly, truly incredible. And Petermullan is terrifying in this film. Let's start off talking a bit about Joseph's character. He's a widower whose wife passed away approximately 5 years ago. And this is a man consumed by rage, up to the absolute point of criminal rage. He's prone to outbursts of violence. He's racist. He's an alcoholic. He's, to quote himself, he's an absolute C-U-N-T. He said his father was a C-U-N-T, and he's a C-U-N-T. But the fact is, his father knew he was. And that's what he respected his dad for. His admittance and his acceptance of being a... So, he, unfortunately, the old expression, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Joseph has grown up to be a miserable, horrible, despicable human being. And as I mentioned, he kicks his dear dog Bluey to death in the first 3 minutes of the movie in a drunken rage after having a fiery argument with a bookies over a payout. So Paddy Considine wrote and directed this film, and he wants us to follow Joseph on his story of doom, gloom, and ultimate failure. Or is there some light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, for possibly one of Northern England's most despicable men? He admits openly that he treated his late wife like a dog, and he gives no specific reasoning for it. He just says that he is not a nice human being, and he's accepted it. But one particular day, after smashing in the window of the post office, assaulting teenagers in a pub, and just general chaos, the day catches up with him and he gets a hiding for something he did to the guys in the post office. He gets a severe kicking. Nothing less than he deserves, by the way. At this point of the film, about 15... excuse me. At this point of the film, about 15, 20 minutes in, you are hoping nothing but the worst for this person. So he gains refuge after his attack in the local charity shop, which is run by Hannah, played by Oliviacoleman. She is a devout Christian who believes in love, who believes in forgiveness, who believes in prayer. She has a smile for everybody, even though she has absolutely nothing to smile about. It's like the case of the clown. The clown smiles, laughs, makes everybody joke, but crying on the inside. Reminds me of Robin Williams as well. The more he made people laugh, the more, but on the inside, he was torn apart, and he was a broken man. Always keep an eye on people who are happy and jovial all the time, because as Robin Williams says, he just doesn't want people to feel how he feels, so he uses humor in order to give back to people, to just make sure they don't go as low as he does. So that is an idea into Olivia Colman's character as Hannah. She has a smile for everybody. Even Joseph, when he passes by the window, she would have a smile for him, and nobody has a smile for Joseph. Okay, but this lady is willing. He comes into the shop and he hides behind the clothes in the charity shop, and she offers to pray for him, because obviously she knows he's distraught, she knows he's hiding, she knows he's hurt. But he's despicable to her. He's horrible to her. He says some disgusting things to her that shouldn't be said to any human being ever. And he reduces her to tears, and he depresses her, and he breaks her spirit. She's never quite heard anyone speak to her like that. But we realize that she has, and she, in the place where she finds some kind of happiness in her life, in her charity shop, speaking to the public, having chats with like-minded, nice people. Her husband, Eddie Marsan, is one of the most evil characters portrayed in film, in my opinion, ever. He is narcissistic, he is abusive, he is just plain evil. And he treats the character of Hannah so badly. I can't even get into it here. I'd rather not say some of the horrible, disgusting things that happen in the film, as far as you never know what goes on behind closed doors. There could be heartache and pain behind any smile. And in Hannah's case, she is living quite literally in hell, living with her husband. And Eddie Marsan, who usually plays very funny comedic characters, very light actor, he is horrifying in this, and it just shows what an incredible cast. This isn't a very plot-driven film. This film just attempts you to fasten your seatbelt and step into these people's lives for 90 minutes. It's not going to be easy to watch, but you are going to get something from this film. I know I'm painting a very bleak picture of this film, but let me tell you, some people would say this film is too difficult to watch. I find that this film has a calming effect on me, because the old expression is, there's always someone more than you. Yeah, everyone, when they're in the pits, when they're in an abusive relationship, when they have a substance issue, when they have rage issues, when they have mental problems, the first thing that comes into everybody's head is, it's only me. Nobody's as worse off as me. But this is the classic example of, there's always someone more messed up than you. And the fact that it tells you, is there redemption out there for even some of the worst people imaginable. So the film is centered very much on Joseph. He has a nice relationship with a 6-year-old lad next door. It's so funny, the back and forth between them. You know, not all isn't lost for Joseph. He's civil and nice to the young lad who lives across the road. He has a little chat with him from time to time. It's like having a chat with two old lads. The little lad asking, it's really great. The kid is so good in it. And the back and forth between them during the film is that little slight breath of fresh air that you need to break the tension of the situation that's ongoing in this movie. So it's great. It breaks the tension, his relationship with the young lad, and just slight little brisk, fleeting chats give the film some levity, and also give Joseph some humanity, because Paddy Considine he didn't want to give him much because he's not worthy of much, but he wanted to give him little shreds of humanity. So essentially a friendship forms between Joseph and Hannah, and it unfolds beautifully as two troubled souls from two different sides of the tracks. She lives in kind of more of an upper class area of northern England with a nice garden and 3 bedrooms and a garage, and Joseph very much lives in the opposite of that. And now he's 5 years widowed. He's lost his best friend Bluey the dog, and he is spiraling hard. And he sees light in Hannah. He sees a light in her, something that he can be drawn to, some kind of positivity. But ultimately, he learns of her suffering. And then they both suffer as one. You know, there's strength in numbers. They're now suffering as one. And it's a beautifully shot film. The music in it from Chris Baldwin and Dan Baker is beautiful. Even in the most harrowing of bits, there's this little glimmer of hope in the score. It's just strings, just guitars. Little glimmers of hope in the music that let you know as you're watching it that just hang in there. This is going to be worth it. This is going to be powerful. This film is going to stick with you forever. And that's why it's one of my favorite films. It's an incredibly difficult watch, but ultimately a beautifully told story of the possibility of redemption against all odds. Petermullan and Oliviacoleman are revelations in this. Joseph and Hannah, an incredible performance. The music is beautiful. The scenery and the shots, I mean, you really feel like you are stepping into their shoes for this movie, and it is not an easy task. There's an incredible scene that uses Damien Dempsey's music. The song is called Sing All Your Cares Away, and it reduces me to tears every single time I see it. Now, I won't go into why it reduces me to tears, but when you see the film and you've watched it from start to finish, and then you think back to the scene where this music is played, it'll break your heart all over again. So you watch the film right to the end, and then you think back to the scene where Damien Dempsey's song was playing, and it'll absolutely crumble your heart. And that's the main message of the film for me. Even thinking of it now, my God, what a film. That is the main message of the film for me. And I want you to check it out and come back to me and tell me what message you think I'm talking about in that scene where Damien Dempsey's music, Sing All Your Cares Away, is playing. Why is that scene so powerful? Why does that scene work so perfectly? When the film is over, you'll know. And it's unbelievable, okay? That's all I really have to say. I don't want to get into any details of the film. It is a very tough watch. Be warned. Do not dare watch this with any youngsters or even younger teenagers. This film is over 18s. 100%. And I mean it. Over 18s. Watch it with your wife or your girlfriend. But strap yourself in for one of the most powerful British films ever made, but also one of the greatest British films ever made. Paddy Considine has written and directed an incredible story. And as I say, he challenges you to relate to and essentially root for a man who kicks his dog to death in the first 3 minutes of the film. Are you capable of rooting for a person who does that? Or will you turn the film off after that scene? I urge you to stick with it and to absorb this world that Paddy Considine is putting us in. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's ultimately a rewarding one. Tyrannosaur from 2011 is 5 out of 5. It's one of my favourite films of all time. I absolutely adore it. I don't want to talk about any specifics in it. I just want to warn you, as far as adult, strong, disturbing content, it's there. Okay, so just be warned about that. But if you have seen it, drop a comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed the film as much as I do, or if the film is too much for you, you had to turn it off halfway through, or if you couldn't agree more that it's one of the best films that's come out of the UK in the last 25 years. Either way, or if you haven't seen it at all, I implore you to check it out. Paddy Considine is one of the most talented writer, director, actors in the industry today. My last Philbo's favourites was Dead Man's Shoes, with Shane Meadows writing and directing, and Paddy Considine starring as Richard. So here I am again with Paddy Considine. I'm a massive, massive fan of his. Please check out Tyrannosaur 2011 and thank me later, hopefully. Again, just my opinion. I just want to put it out there, some of my favourite films, to see if I can get someone on board. Say if there's nothing on this streaming act, nothing on this streaming, nothing on that streaming, you know, nothing doing, you know, just, oh, do you know what? I saw a video the other day about a good film. I think I like the sound of it. Check out Tyrannosaur, and hopefully it's Philbo's favourite, and hopefully it'll be someone else's favourite down the line. But thanks for watching. May the sun always shine. Be sure to like and subscribe to Philbo's. Maybe hype the video. And stay tuned for more Philbo's favourites. And lovely, beautiful Monday here in Dublin. I hope you're keeping well and safe wherever you are. And just remember, guys, keep on smiling. The amount of muscles it takes in your face to smile is drastically low compared to the amount of muscles it takes to frown. So do yourself a favour. Don't waste energy. Keep on smiling, okay? And keep on trucking. And may the sun always shine. Philbo is well and truly out, Bo.